brought this portrait of Kim Jong-un. And if I did in North Korea right now, if I did this, guys, oh my gosh, I'm executed. And this, what I just did, is the biggest crime that you can commit in North Korea. So recently, 10 people and got publicly executed in Haeryong, another border town. And 9 people had a public trial and sent to political prison camp. And all those people related, 19 people, sent to political prison camps with them. And I think that's where like Kim Jong-un is reaching right now, that he is reaching this break point, that people is not gonna be able to tolerate this even longer because their life is on the line. And who can survive in that country right now without anything coming from outside the country, while the regime is not providing anything to the people?
What's your internet like? What is your TV stations like? Let's start with internet.
We don't know what internet is, and we don't have electricity. So even I'm sure the internet, we cannot use it, right? Without electricity. We have one channel on TV. And even that channel is not free broadcasting. It's all government propaganda. But even if there's a one channel, we cannot watch it without electricity anyway. So there's no other information. People are not even free to move to next town. You cannot do a sleepover in North Korea. You need to go tell the authority and get authorization to sleep in your friend's house. In the middle of the night, the regime in the guard and just like open your door and come in, see if somebody outside your family is sleeping in there. If there is, then that's a crime. So when Kim Jong-un killed his own uncle, Jang Song-taek, remember when he came into power and then he one day arrested his uncle publicly? Basically what he did was he made sure all the officials in Pyongyang come and put him in the center, and then you use an aircraft gun to shoot him, not just guns. So when you shoot somebody like that, you become literally like pieces of meat. Your body just gets exploded. And then he would let the dogs to eat his body. And the officials would like faint and pee in their pants. And that's how he teaches them, this is what happens if you do not be loyal to me. North Korea, your house get fire, like caught on fire. The first thing what you do, not rescuing your children or your mom or parents, you rescue the portraits of Kims.
The portraits that you keep in your house.
Yeah, everybody have to have portraits of Kims. So if you let that get caught on fire, that family clan is dead.
Oh,
and sent to prison camps, yeah. And the middle of the night, there are police officers in the person with the like we call like people's unit. They come knock on the door, and then they just come in, and then they touch the portrait of the Kims, and if they see any dust, that family go to political prison camp and be also executed for lack of loyalty, lack of respect. They're like every 10 meters guards with machine guns. And now after Kim Jong-un came, he buried the landmines and then put the electrified wire fences. Mm-hmm. And then facial recognition cameras from China put on the border. So now escaping from North Korea became impossible. So many cuisines I've never seen before, and as soon as you hit the button, it just comes to your door. You don't even have to go out to get it. That was a culture shock. I was like, wow, this is paradise. I just like, if there is a paradise, this gotta be it. That's the moment I realized I was living in a paradise. Totally wrong that you go to North Korea, because people in that country are captured by this dictator. And then you go there as a free person with your passport, and I mean your intention is maybe showing North Koreans how cool the Westerners are. But in a way you're mocking them, like look at me, I'm free but you're not free. So I have a freedom to come and see you're being oppressed and starved. I don't.
So what's your favorite food?
Steak.
What was your favorite food coming to the US?
Steak.
Steak?
Because I mean, in North Korea, I think I had a thing because the cows had more rights than us. So coming to America, eating beef and not getting executed, it was like giving a middle finger to Kim Jong-un every day, you know?
Wow.
It was like, I'm like determined to eat as much steak as I can.
Good for you.
Yeah. North Korean men do beat their wives. My father did beat my mom. And I had no place to run into. Best I could do was running to my neighbors, knocking their door, like save my mom. She's being beaten by father right now. And it was so common, like no one would get bothered. It was something like as something like as normal as people here going to get a coffee shop and get a coffee in the morning. It's like that's how common it was. Women get beat up by their like husbands and other men. Where the Western tourist comes to Pyongyang, and even some parts of the countryside they do come. Then that town they paint the like road, everything, and they turn on the electricity for the time they are passing by. And as soon as they are gone, just they turn off the electricity. South Korea in some ways preserved way more of the original Koreanness that I did not even know, because in North Korea, like if you know the communists, right, they really go after the old tradition because tradition has a strength. Because tradition is not all bad. Of course, some traditions must be regarded right away, but some of them is something like family that was tested, right, over and over, and it worked. That's why we keep the family values.